What's up guys, it's your boy Cinematic here, back at it again for another video. So I just recently watched a new episode of Dandadan, which is supposedly causing an uproar throughout social media, and I have my personal thoughts on it. And before I get my personal thoughts, please make sure you support me by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I would highly appreciate it. So this very episode of Dandadan was episode 9, and it was called Merge Super Dover Demon Nessie. I honestly had a blast watching this episode. Like, to me, it was very comedic, and I feel like people are taking it out of proportion, where people are just justifying that one ending sequence of the episode and dragging it into something that shouldn't even be a big deal. If you've watched the episode, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm not really going to throw any spoilers in this video. I just want to talk about how I feel about this particular episode, and exactly, is this episode really that controversial as people are justifying it to be? As a long-time anime watcher, this episode didn't bother me one bit. It's like I said in the beginning, I actually enjoyed watching this episode for its comedic relief. I just felt like it was just really silly, and just seeing where the whole thing ends up was just funny enough. I mean, from the beginning, if you are watching this anime in particular, you should already know what you are setting yourself up for. This is why I feel like it's kind of odd that there are people complaining about this specific episode, when in the beginning of this series, there were already a bunch of craziness going on, like aliens abducting Momo, trying to basically experiment on her, from talking about stealing private parts to Okudon losing his balls. Like, off the jump already, if you can't handle this type of raunchy humor or themes, then you alone shouldn't be watching this anime. And funny enough, I feel like if you're a long-time anime watcher like me, let's call us the OGs. If you grew up watching anime, if you're an OG, you know that anime has always catered to audiences who are young adults or even in their early to late 20s. Anime has always catered to that certain demographic, so having these type of sexual themes or sequences in specific anime shouldn't be a big surprise to the audiences watching. Growing up, when I was watching anime, I've seen way worse than what was shown on this specific episode of Dandadan. That's why, to me, I feel like it's not really that much of a big deal. And personally, the ending sequence, if anything, it just throws a little bit more of a spice between the secret affection that these two characters, being Okudon and Momo, have for each other. And also, this was one of the parts that was adapted from the manga to the anime that people were thinking that would be censored. And I'm glad that they kept it for what it is, because I feel like in today's world, a lot of things are being changed to avoid backlash from the modern day audiences. What people need to realize is that anime is for Japanese audiences first and global audiences second. So this is why you see what you see in certain animes, and I'm speaking more or less to the people who were complaining about the specific scene in this episode, because seriously, just take this lightly from what I'm saying. If you alone cannot tolerate this very scene or episode, then I feel like you shouldn't be watching anime as a whole. I feel like a lot of new anime watchers, they specifically only watch animes that are driven towards action, aka shonens. So when they try to watch something outside of shonens, or when a certain shonen anime would add some type of fan service or something in between, it catches a lot of people off guard. A perfect example of this would be probably Fire Force, where in some episodes people would express that Fire Force has a lot of forced fan service, which to some extent it is true. There are particular scenes in Fire Force where there would be a big action scene, and out of nowhere they will randomly throw fan service or tamaki, but at the same time, to me, it is just anime at the end of the day, and anime has always had its fair share of throwing fan service into its product out of nowhere. But this all goes back to my question: is this episode of Dandadan really that controversial? To me, personally, no. And this is just my opinion. I feel like this topic or conversation can go deeper beyond this Dandadan episode, but I wanted to bring up my main points, and I hope that some people can understand where I'm coming from on it. And I just wish that we can go back to times where people were just watching anime for enjoyment, But other than that, I can't wait to see the next episode. This is truly one of the animes that I've really been enjoying this year, through its animation, through its comedic relief, through its characters, through its love cycle between Momo, between Okurun, and I just love everything about it so far. But on that note, this comes to a conclusion to this video, and please let me know your thoughts on the comment section. Please let me know what you think about this specific episode of Dandadan. Did it bother you? Did you feel like it deserved this controversial thing going on online about the scenes or whatever? Like, seriously, like let me know what your thoughts are on the comment section, and please support me by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. I would highly appreciate it. My name is Sam Matic, and I'll see you guys in the next video.